was one of the surprise picks of MSC. Not a lot of success there, but that's sheer burst and damage with a lineup that wants to get relatively close. I can see the vision, but still because of the tried and tested results that YSS, Selena, and Ruby bring together, I'm still leaning a little bit towards Aurora with this draft.
Kagura is just a little weird for me. I want it to work, you know, because I'm always a proponent of more mid lane heroes to. Maybe the idea here too is just go ahead and work in conjunction with a Joy, because eventually one of them is going to probably have a you might have this window of burst that you can play with. You can see how durable it is too. You get a high low and in Ruby. Playing Ruby, it's like so much of that damage. We'll see if they can make it work here in that last pick for Team Falcon.
Overloaded the Kagura because of the red board. They said, yeah, let's just go all in. Let's just more CC, more things to try and cleanse.
Right now, no matter what the carry is a little bit too close range. Difficulty against a Ruby in Ranger. But then if it doesn't work, you go for the Moscow so that the map this way, and then you have some space creation. With the knockback that you have objectives through SOD. Aurora here, Falcons, I feel like they get a good early 4 minutes. I'm happy Falcons will be here.
Okay. It's locked in. I think both compositions have a good game plan. You know, finish, but even so, I think that Kagura is the biggest curveball to make work, because so far, statistically, and even what we saw a month ago, it didn't work out too well for some teams. Yes, it was a surprise, but can they make it work here this time around in game one? You guys can let me know what you guys think. Who has the better lineup as we get one last glimpse of it? And I don't know, man. For me personally, I got Aurora here.
Yeah, but it's efficient. Again, it's a known. For Falcons, they seem to be throwing into many different directions. I'm not so sure what the game plan is. Macro.
Well, let's see what we have here once again. Is for this one, this matchup between Team Aurora and Team Falcons to kick it off this best of 3 to round out our day 1 here for MPL Season 16. Looking at this, you know, what can we expect here from Team Falcons? Are they going to be playing to the tune of Aurora in the early game?
I mean, going up against Selena and the High Loss together, they should be. However, one thing I will be saying for the Falcons lineup is that they are so good at the counter punish that if Aurora slip up one engagement and Q and Kyle are left unchecked, then it wouldn't be surprising to see Falcons take a 3 or 4 minute 1-2K gold lead that quickly.
And with a lineup that has 3 cores the way Falcons has, that's dangerous to give them that kind of early on.
Yeah. And again, as is having a grand old time against Edward. The EXP lane with the Lapu-Lapu only being able to do so much, so you sort of nerf a little bit of what Edward can bring to the table in terms of dueling in lane. However, the value of Edward and the Lapu-Lapu will be seen a little bit more come the objective fights. So if any rotation to the EXP side to build the lead, and so Cat setting up for it, but Edward, I feel like he knows something is up, and with the river control of Aurora, yeah, that's info for Edward to play it safe.
Waiting for that nice little take there for Demon Kite.
Yeah.
Again, the level 4 is going to be crucial here, I feel like, for Team Falcons, and they just don't have it right now for over a few. So they might end up losing out on this first objective as they pull through light, but
Open down to a health. You throwing out that umbrella. Rora making away here. Still has the shotgun. There you go. All of the top members of Falcons are exposed. Down goes first. Edward take him down. Down goes Demon Kite. Over to the Falcons and in. SOD. No way in the way. and they get another down. All goes to the Falcons.
Exactly what we were talking about around 3-minute mark. It was just the first turtle, and Kyle TZ was left unchecked. He was able to get the kill, and yeah, it did not help that Super Mark was actually able to land the SOD and join in the fight.
Hey man, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, how often do you actually see a Moskov go and join the first fights? Now, you will usually see a Spear Destruction, but not the follow-through. For Team Falcon, good fight early for them. So we're going to continue on, but Rora's not too far behind. They're still just going to go ahead and go back to the again. They can go ahead and play with the fact that Team Falcons, they can respond that way, but also there's this window with for them to work. If they avoid, you know, that from Few and Kyle TZ later on, they should be able to survive some of those team fights and out-maneuver or at least out-damage them.
Yeah, and exactly. It's what we talked about earlier. The nature of having a Kagura and a Joy in your lineup is that if you mess up your initial start to that fight and you don't put enough pressure onto the Joy or the Kagura, their punishment is way too damn good.
A little spear thrown out, but just to pretty much bringing it back to the pace here for both. Now, we talked a lot about Light leading into this matchup, and I don't think you're going to do too much with the Hylos here this time. Again, it's mostly just kind of covering your ground, dropping down the path wherever you can, and keeping the team in a fighting form with a revitalized even. So it's up to how fast, I guess you could say, the scaling can go here for Demon Kite on the YSS, and playing around these areas. Edward will be crucial too. The fact that kill earlier gives them a little bit of a head start here on the Lapu Lapu.
Laura gets another chance to go again. Turtle spawns at the same spot, upper quarter. And they're now setting up for an orange take first. No, Demon Kite making a beeline. But Falcons already started up. Already, Edward is the bravest fighter. Falcons secure it quickly. They get the shield, they get the buff. But first, they take it down one more time. Lightyear keep it down time. And the ALJ comes through. Down goes Few. Once more, Ogun regrets popping his ult. But 4 down for free. Northern Lights go crazy.
This time, this goes much better for Aurora because they were able to check the targets that they needed to check. They checked Cal, they checked Few, and Edward this time was left unchecked by Falcons, meaning that the damage that he dished out just took down Falcons way too fast.
Part is the damage is in the right spot for the main difference between Falcons' very magic-heavy lineup, at least in the early to mid-game, is they have great AoE. Rora doesn't. Rora needs to pick their targets well. In that fight, they pick their targets well.
Yeah, and that glorious pathway and the revitalize helped again, being crucial in that fight on this Hylos. Damage here, so Marco should be fine. But that's the thing too, and I guess that's where one of the power plays of having Lina comes into play is when you're on a disengage. Kyle, is he going to get caught?
Yep. And he gets the tail end of that shocker. Light drops the board pathway. Kyle no more dashes. It and the rest of Falcons respond. Few the View Flickers through, takes down Demon Kite, slaying the MVP. So far off of this lineup, all the vision taken out of the equation. The Vipers now stop the tracks. Lead still intact.
Could have been way worse. I mean, I saw Rora saying, hey, let's just full charge into here. A jump from Ogwin, but still, they hold on to a nice lead.
Yeah, you see how well Rora will be able to play around the Revitalize once they get to a difficult situation for them. It was a great entrance by Ogwin and follow-up by Few to help cover for Kyle. It just seems like it was difficult for Ferg to make an impact there, and they weren't able to make the most out of it. Again, with the sheer damage output that the Lapu Lapu that's been left undisturbed so far in this game, Falcons really need to check Edward and some to bring him down low. He has a 2-level for the CC.
Wow. That's a turtle just gone. Secured.
But no,
nice little push. Again, Team Falcons had to go ahead and grab something. They knew they wouldn't be able to go ahead and contest that turtle, so they traded out. Super Marco still doing what we see a lot of the gold laners have to do right now. You just kind of go into this mode where I'll take what I can across the map and I'll farm up as quickly as possible. Kyle could be dealing with some pressure here, though, around his orange.
Yeah, the Falcons need to help answer that. I think Kyle will be able to walk away with his orange relatively well, unless US somehow throws a miraculous arrow. Oh, no, he was able to take it. A quick item to get 2 Genius Wands, one for the Joy, one. Still, Aurora need to watch out for the damage output burst that could come from the 2 magic damage dealers. Dominance Ice for the Gatot Gacha. Radiant Armor Rush there for Light, important.
Dominkite has been too quiet for the past 7.5 minutes. He's had a great time laning, and he's now on his 3rd item building. This is dangerous. We haven't even seen a flicker, I'm offended yet. Imagine what that would do to ruin Falcons.
That's crazy too. Look at the damage here. He's just under light as well. So it's like now his time is where we see this Ruby gold lane work.
Yeah. And
Ruby
if you're Falcons, if there's really so much that you can do up against that Ruby in the laning phase, you don't want to draw attention to Super Marco's lane, so you leave it alone. Now here it's the threat of, wait, we have enough tools? This Ruby has a hard time. I didn't see a lot of like, glowing wands just yet, not a lot of dominance items to see halberds. They do have one, but at this point, we've seen it so many times in the past, doesn't care. This is on. It's really only Ruby starts feeling alright. Their tank at this point. At this point, very efficient, packed, sustained, packed tool in your toolkit.
Short to say, we've yet to see Dominkite. He's still gonna even further towards, or given they have a 4,000 gold lead, Lord's top, Falcons have quite the clutch to even contest.
Yeah, because when you want to go into this objective, I feel like that's where Aurora's line is going to shine. They have so many tools to go ahead and throw Falcons a possibility to
right to the face of force the flicker back. But the secured and now rest of Falcons a glorious pathway by light for the targeting. It looks like Falcons have scrambled. Super Marco pushing down bottom here. One for one so far. People are happy with what they walked away with.
Fortunately, the Super Marco's SOD. Different story if it did happen. First, got off a great curtain call to the right members of Aurora. You saw the damage swing favoring Falcons, but the fact that they didn't have their gold laner with them, again with this missed SOD, Aurora won that.
So this Lord should be handled pretty quickly, but Aurora will still go ahead and put pressure where they can. Maybe the tier 2s. I don't know if they can actually get to the base here because Team Falcons should be able to clear things out pretty well.
That's just a Fury Hammer, War Axe, and a Queen's Wings, and you already did much damage.
That's a little bit of a lot. That's a little bit of a lot. That's a lot of damage spread out on a singular level.
That's the bravest fight.
I think Aurora चाहे तो कर सकता है भैया, कर तो सकता है, करेगा कि नहीं करेगा पता नहीं.
Nearly gold behind. They're gonna have to hold on for a while, and this has been seeing so far, especially when you're just kind of relying on that spike to happen in the gold lane. But you do have like a combo that can work, and that's what we've been talking about ever since the draft. Between
सीधा मिड पुश करने के लिए ये लोग रेडी है और डैमेज किया है. ओ भाई बहुत ज्यादा डैमेज किया, बट फिर भी एस्केप करने में
so hard to be first.
Yeah.
एस्केप सही रहा था. मैं भी
3 deaths on the board. Towards level 13, there's been a 2-level gap for the past 6.
बहुत अच्छा खेल रहा है इधर. कर्टेज भी बहुत अच्छा. फाइट का 15 लेवल हो चुका है मेरे. डेमन काइट का 15 लेवल, जो कि इन लोगों का हाई पोनेंट का कार्टेज भी अभी 4 लेवल पे बैठे हैं. डेमन काइट लेवल कर चुका है.
Of that mid lane minion wave, they'll push your tower in mid. And we've always talked about Falcons when it comes to this. When their mid tower goes down first, they're going to be different.
डेमन काइट का बिल्ड तो 1 2 3 4 कंप्लीट हो चुका है.
Smoother, I would say, for them. To say as it's only their first that we've seen, but they have control against the team.
This is what I was alluding to, man. Play, light just fits well. Even on a hero has definitely lost luster in recent. Hey, look at this, Edward. Revealing everyone.
Like this, you go from a coach that has taught you now he's to a coach that'll help you master the basics. Bro. Come on, like, and it's no surprise that Light is just playing really well. His heat map is this center river vision that he's gotten for Aurora, and again, it was discussed keys to victory brought by Wolf. They need to find a way to stop Light from getting vision and getting info. They did not do that, hence why Aurora has just been so.
Yeah, you just get, I guess, vision so control around. because of what Edward's able to do on the Lapu Lapu, and it just lets Demon Kite. I'm just going to show
लॉट लेने की ट्राई चलो आ गया चपेट में आ गया खत्म भी हो गया
down here by you. No one home. Double kill for you. The Lord. Aurora take 3. And Falcons left reeling. They're gonna have to defend.
The Ravina playing its part there, and now approaching the mid.
Add to that the kill. Demon Kite get back. This is bad for Falcons.
It's just marching through in mid. Lord has Falcons are doing their darndest.
चल जीजी मेरे भाई खत्म
Siege minion. I think Falcons are gonna be fine.
नहीं एक और
All right, they clear it out. Lord will make its way here, so Aurora might look to go ahead at the last two of Team Falcons. Again, even with a lead this season, Team Falcons has good clear. Best they can, unless it's a force situation, and Aurora might just go for that under the turret here.
बट अभी के लिए किसी को स्टार्ट नहीं किया डायरेक्ट पुश करने के लिए ये बस किया था बाकी लोगों का पूरा गैंग आ गया गाटो का एचपी बहुत ज्यादा कम तो सीसी को स्टार्ट किया है बट डैमेज ज्यादा नहीं दे पाया बच जाएगा सीसी और उन लोगों ने अभी करना शुरू किया और
back for Falcons. I don't know if we're able to see it, but Dominant has Warhack, Oracle, Sea Halberd, Queen Swing, and even an Assure Blade going into our gold meter. A lot of answers Falcons has for again, as we the lineups, it now for Marco on this Moscow to help us around. However, the good thing is they do have a Joy that could be their other to victory, all pun intended now.
फिर भी देखते हैं भाई
their farm.
सकते क्योंकि Falcons बहुत अच्छी है कि कैसा और वो
Crystal and the Genius one. So the addition here of the Lantern should be good. Falcons and the Aurora need to watch out for both their frontliners are not going to go
through. Kyle gets taken down. Lawmaker surprises him. Now OG revitalize absolutely Demon Kite light. Spear, and it's not going to be enough. Roar is so tanky.
This Ruby is stacked. There's one stain there. Able to drag that on longer. Was hitting for free. It's not Dominant Kite.
Like you just saw it there, even with taking out Kyle Teasy, having the numbers advantage. Some of the members of Team Falcons, they still could have ended there. There's been a couple of where it's like you think they can, because you have Super Marco clearing these fast, and the rest of the team, they should be able to defend their base like that, but now can they contest this Lord? Question. Super Marco did pick up a Olympic gun. Concealed arrow though.
That's a white brush. Very low.
बढ़िया घबरा ने भाई तुमने मार दिया बहुत बढ़िया क्या बोला था मैं अब होगा पलटवार अब होगा लॉट लेना चाहते हैं ये लोग इन लोगों का बस अभी लापू लापू बचा है और हाइलोस ने बचा मैं बोला था ना यही होने वाला है अभी हाइलोस भी फ्री किल लापू को पीछे जाएगा बट कुछ नहीं होगा लापू बच जाएगा इधर फ्री का मिल गया भाई लॉट फ्री का लॉट मिला है भाई अभी अच्छे से खेला है तो जाएगा बट फिर भी ये लोग
Falcons, you gotta remember they're now 10,000 gold defending, and maybe this is where again you're looking like a Ruby in the gold lane we have.
Cut that lead in half. Nay, cut it in half again. Aurora are now just up barely 3,000. And there's a Lord marching up top. Falcon. Power spike. They got it.
The divine
Super Marco
already for Kyle. He just built the lantern before that, and then now he has an extra to boot. Super Marco now has their full build. Watch out, because again, I've been wondering, oh, I wish we had a different pick other than this portion in the game.
Good window for it to work. In lane, it's going to be pressure. Again, even with the goal lane, instances that we see, especially when you're pushing flicker available. There was a time when they possibly could have ended the game, but the flicker wasn't there for Dominic wasn't online, so they couldn't force the situation down. Push from Team Falcons. I'm not push to victory just yet. Right now, Super Marco. So this Lord will go ahead and march on, and they're going to be knocking on the base here of Aurora.
You are throwing out prayers and arrows to try and stop Falcons from pushing in. Waves crash from top, bottom. Dominic Kite still alive. In comes Count Easy from the side lanes. Dominic Kite and Demon Kite wailing away. Super Marco. It's light. He's got him. Not enough of a support. Down goes light. And that's all she just lose the roamer.
My goodness, what a cover by Few, and the fact that Super Marco was able to break this Wind of Nature up just in time, get the wind chant off so that it reduces the damage out on him, and then extra Few and finish the job.
Good take the game now in their favor, completely demolishing the 10,000 gold deficit that Team Falcons was facing. They brought it down to basically the next time this Lord, both teams are in good fighting form. For Aurora, they still got 2 base turrets. That is an advantage to into. How do we catch Super? A couple arrows have landed to Dominic, like I said, he's got is available. Maybe charging towards Super Marco with a global play. Team Falcons is doing what we've seen them do every single time. They protect Super Marco so well.
It can't just be light. I think they understand have had only one defense up top. Maybe if Aurora can find, if they can flank Marco, that could be their way in.
It's also difficult to do that. Aurora's getting behind and an umbrella lost by Few, zones out Aurora.
And we're going back to at the 2-3 minutes versus single target. Aurora just has Falcon can just go, all right, we don't have to fight this. Only Marco who says, all right, let's kill this guy.
I'm just gonna say though, if Super Marco misses the SOD toss here, Falcons are gonna be forcing it out and you can split push. Just take that risk. They might ask Marco. Aurora's not rushing. They want to play for the slower dance.
Be the 5 million SOD.
5 million.
The number out of my
I was gonna say 50,000.
Can I get some of that?
If oh no, he's just walking.
Because see, they don't want to.
He doesn't want to.
Because they knew if they're banking on that. Yeah, Aurora's gonna win it.
Might as well join this because this is also a beat for Lord. So
Dominic, perfect spot.
I don't think Falcons has eyes on that spot.
They got
flushing Dominic out of the and the Lord dance continues.
It's gonna be a long one, especially now.
The waltz.
Yeah, the waltz. Holding it together because again, you gotta kind of calculate this Lord. It hurts. You gotta have a done by. You gotta watch out because you gotta overstep this. So he really wants to commit to this. You got Super Marco back down on that bottom side. Well, maybe now is the call to be like, you know what? I will just join with the SOD.
I appreciate the slow dancing, but I would like to see some aggressive crumping now at this point, please. just make it sweaty.
Like step up.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think Falcons has an opening to rush this with Edward here in the bottom lane.
Yep.
Oh, Edward's
they
there.
See that.
But I don't know if they can blitz this Lord, man. I don't think
Lord lane.
Especially without Mark. Like, Mark, I'm coming up and I'm going down.
He's playing super macro now. And this might be the right call for Aurora. Falcons, considering that the sheer burst that Aurora has is still on the table, and I think Dominica still can survive a significant amount set up the from they can somehow catch Edward out of position, but it's, for Falcons, they don't want to take the 50-50 through macro and minion wave control, but it's Aurora. They're
बचा नहीं है तो तीनों तरफ से हो जाएगा तो बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल हो जाएगा उस टाइम पे तो सही से भी नहीं लेने देने जा रहे
work for the fights.
Yeah, one thing considering for Super Marco, there's two blade armor. Two dudes who will be most likely chasing after you. The Lapu Lapu and the Hylos both have blade armor.
मेरा हिंदी थोड़ा बहुत इधर उधर है हो जाता है भाई बीच बीच माइंड मत करना
They don't
बाकी भाई
Alright, Rora a little scattered for the first time in a while. They
confusion है कोई हीरो के अकॉर्डिंग मेरे को कौन सा चीज पे वीडियो लाना अच्छे से समझा दूंगा रिलेटेड जो भी चीज है किसी को इधर फाइट है वो मैंने क्या खेला फैल्कॉन से क्या भाई खत्म कहानी खत्म अरे भाई बोला था क्या खेला भाई ने क्या कमबैक किया क्या ही कमबैक किया
Team Falcons will take game one. Longer than we've seen in the previous. They'll take game one.
Monster of a game. That little was mistimed and miscued by Falcons. Had the lockdown on Demon. Debuting EXP later for Falcons. Call on the right target. And